Well, I am live. I'm here. Man, this YouTube software got crazy for a second. Wouldn't let me go. Church number 3. No, this ain't church. We're talking all cameras now. We're talking camera footage, angles. We're going to talk, did Patrick get caught on camera? We're going to talk all kinds of stuff. I got a list of things to talk about here. Was Patrick caught on camera? Did they catch him? Would they have got the angle on it? Would the cameras have seen him? A lot of questions being asked around there. People want to know if there were cameras, where they were at. Were they pointed at Kelsey's windows? How much can the Arlo cameras see? What would it have shown? They want to know all this stuff. I'm going to tell you what we got on the Arlos. Absolutely. We're going to get there. We're going to get there. No volume? You ain't got no volume? I can't hear. Now I can. Hey, Michael. Hey, Dad. Your title is Sunday Church. Oops, I better change that. How did that get to Sunday Church? I thought I had like a whole Arlo's thing working. What is up with that? How did that? I must have another stream going. Oh well. Oh well. I'm only talking one thing. Caught on camera, baby. Caught on camera. Would he have been caught on camera? Would he have got caught? Everything you see up there right now, with the exception of the pictures in the middle, that's Arlo camera system. That's the Arlo camera system around my house. Every once in a while you'll see something change on that, I guess. Maybe not. We'll see. But the question is, let's hope they caught him. Well, I'm going to tell you, and you're not going to be very happy. You're on a chat lag, I think. Okay, I got you. The Arlo thing wasn't live. I got you. Let me see what's going on. Why isn't my Arlo live? Let me see. Are my cameras moving? Are my y'all see anything in my camera action? I'm using oh, there's a security camera. Look, that's Ella. Well, we should just make Ella like big. We should just put Ella on loop. Oh, not that far up. Not that far up. We don't want to go that far.
Well, you might have taken
We're going to
pictures
go
of it.
under
Right-hand side.
image.
I'm trying to feed our children.
There we go. I need it. Oh, I can't get it. Why can't I get it? I need her. What is that? I don't need that. Oh. Well, that's gonna work, I guess. Either way, Ella walking in. Your chat lag, I think. Probably is lag. It's probably slow. It's probably no good. Rolling it up, lagging all the internet up right now. Oh, now it's not live, is it now, huh? I don't know what's going on. Screw it. Arlo. We got 25 folks here. We can start up on this little thing we're going to do here. So there's all kinds of stuff running around the internet right now about what he was caught on, what cameras he was caught on, what tape he was caught on. Listen, if they had Patrick Frazee on tape, I'm going to tell you right now, he'd be screaming. He'd be talking. You guys forget that they decided that, or they talked about it in court. They have some still frames. They have some little things that may show up. Somebody may be certain height, may be the same height as Patrick, may be the same build as Patrick. But when you say, do they have Patrick on tape coming in and out of Kelsey's house? According to court documents, Slater said they do not have him on actual tape. They may have a still frame of Patrick. They may have a few things going on. But I'm live. I'm live now. All right, we're live. We're live. Arlo camera's live. Whatever. Everything's live. Here's where it's really going to come down to. If they got a subpoena that we don't know about from Arlo, like one of those 6 warrants that they didn't, yes, very possibly. Christie is telling the truth. This could be one of the biggest blunders that law enforcement made. Because I'm not 100% sure, but I think they were within the 10 days. And all they had to do is go over there and ask the neighbor, could we look back 7 days? Could we look back 7 days and see what happened here? See, what you have to understand is the cameras work, but they work on a delay. They work, but they're not foolproof. They work, but they run out of battery. They work, but there's a lot of variables when it comes to these Arlo campers. So that's the one big thing you gotta ask yourself when it comes to the cameras out in front of Kelsey's house. How fast did law enforcement get to him? Cameras can tell a lot. Video can tell a lot. Video played a big part in the video. Kind of played the ultimate part when it comes to the Chris Watts case. Video is going to play a huge part when it comes to the Patrick Frazee case. If they could have gotten to those video cameras sooner, if they could have gotten to those a little bit faster, they may have made it. They may have made this case. But now let's...
Here, she's crawling all over my face.
She's crawling all over your face, huh? All right, you sit down, girl. I got Muffin sitting here with me now. So here's what we need to know. Did they run a warrant? Now, I understand we have the warrants out, and everybody's like, well, they didn't. There's no warrants about Arlo cameras. Absolutely. There's a couple of things that could have took place. One, they could have got footage, and they're not letting us know. Maybe they're keeping it secret. Maybe they just wanted to show some pictures in the courtroom. I feel like the tweets that I heard, the conversation I had with Jenny and with my wife, that they didn't get video footage out in front of the house. Now, we've gone by there. We've showed you where the cameras are. If you haven't seen where the cameras are, you actually should probably go find my YouTube or my Facebook. It might be time for me to do another Google Earth recap now, from the Dad with the Phone YouTube channel, since I got my well, get a towel. There's the pea and dog muffin. I think she peed on my blanket. I got a girl with dog pee. Dad's got a dog pee covered girl. Welcome to... Are you going to pee on me now? Are you trying to pee on me? What? Don't be peeing on me. Jeez, Muffin. Ruin my talk. All they had to show was enough for the arrest without bail. This is true. There's a lot of all they had to show. Could they be holding video footage to overthrow KK's plea agreement? Whoo. Woo. Nah, I'm telling you, it's going to be very, very unlikely. It's very unlikely scenario that KK's plea agreement gets thrown out. Now, we heard it last night from my dad. A judge can do whatever he wants. The judge is going to listen to the state. But the chances of a plea deal that's already been, kind of signed, sealed, delivered is going to be pretty unlikely that they get that thing thrown out. Or changed or anything. It's pretty much a done deal. What would be interesting is if they had video of her going in and out of the house. Now, again, in court, they said that they didn't have video of her going in and out of the house. They said that they only had video of a suspect that looked kinda like Patrick, fit the resemble of Patrick. They didn't say, "Oh, we for sure have Patrick," or "We for sure have." What they did say is, "We have some pictures. We got some still frames of a guy who matches the description of Patrick." I understand. They didn't say they had Patrick. They said they had still frames. Yeah, this dog's just going to scream. I'll make y'all get up live with me when this dog screams. What, you need to go outside? I know. You probably do need to go outside, huh? Oh. Oh, I didn't want that to be up.
Okay.
We don't want that to be up. The argument right now that I'm seeing run across a couple of chat boards and different things is about the angles of the cameras. Why didn't they catch KK? Why didn't they catch him moving a tote out? Why don't they have... Could he have gone out a window? Could he have gone out different area? Did he come in behind Kelsey's house? Or did she come in behind Kelsey's house? Listen, let's be honest. These cameras are not hidden cameras. They're not cameras that are hiding. What? You need to go down? What do you need to do? You want to talk in the microphone? You going to talk in the microphone and scream at me? I think she needs to go out. I could take a break and come back. I think I will. I'm going to kill this mic. Y'all chat amongst yourselves. I'm going to go let my puppy out. What? Where'd Dad go? Where did he go? We left. He didn't play right. He didn't stay. He left us in this chat alone. Like he leaves us in the car. Alright. So at approximately, give or take, I've seen a couple of timelines, but I think right around 1:24 p.m., a person matching Frazee's description is captured entering the front door of Kelsey's apartment on a neighbor's surveillance camera, which investigators said contradicted what Frazee told them about a timeline on that day. This is the kicker, folks. This is why Patrick could have been arrested. He lied about a timeline. He lied about where he was at. If he lied about where he was at, and they got him on camera. We'll see. We'll see how we'll see how good his lie was. In other words, if he doesn't give a, but I think that's where the timeline of that whole recording conversation with Huber. You know, the women cops here in Woodland Park, they all watch Facebook, even when they're off duty. I have it on pretty good authority that they're watching the Facebook even when they're off duty. They're watching the YouTube when they're off duty. So what they do is they sent the women, like one of you guys, not me, I'm a dad, right? And then there's women. The women police officers made the phone call. And she called up Patrick and she was like, "Oh, how's it going, Patrick? Can you give me a little info?" And they talked for over 15 minutes. This was a tape they tried to get released because they played this tape in court. Patrick gave him this good old story. And then now all of a sudden, it contradicts. Laugh out loud, women popo. Oh, the women popo be watching. Trust me. They be watching YouTube. They be watching Dad with a phone. They be watching the Underground. And the popo, they called up the Patrick, and they said, "Patrick, what you been doing?" Patrick gave him a good old story. Meanwhile, they had our Arlo freeze frame. So I talked about this with my father a little bit. This is where the neighbor's going to have to come in and they're going to show this picture. And it may or may not get admitted into court just because they have it. First of all, like if just because they have a picture, or just because they have a video, or just because they have something, this doesn't mean it's going to get brought into the trial. It simply means that they have some evidence that they want to try to get admitted into the trial. I would find it unlikely, unless they can find someone that can swear to time and date and that picture is actually Patrick, that they're going to be able to use a picture describing a person of Patrick's build. If it's not, I mean, we'll see. We shall see. Did Arlo catch people coming in and out of the front door? I think it did. What people want to know is why didn't it catch KK going in and cleaning or coming out and cleaning? Why didn't they get a still frame from KK? Why wasn't there a black tote seen going in and out? Or was there? Although the Arlo camera system's a good camera system, I wouldn't necessarily say it's a foolproof camera system that's going to be super admissible in court. What's that from Ontario, Canada? Canada's in the house watching Dad with a phone? Watch out. We're talking Arlo camera systems. Did Patrick get caught on the Arlo camera system? All right. Yeah, the Walmart photo definitely makes for an interesting timeline. You know that's him. Oh, you gotta believe 60 some odd items or 35 items, whatever the items they took out of Patrick's and out of the apartment. We know they got Int video. We know they got Sonic video. We know they got some Williams furniture video. They might got video from Dad with a phone. Who knows? They might got video I don't even know about. They could pull Facebook videos. Trust me, these women cops, they sit around when they're off duty and they watch Facebook. It's 100. I have this on 100% authority that they got these. They don't got nothing much else to do, so they're gonna sit and they're gonna watch and they're gonna. That's how they got the Facebook post. So they got video. They got Facebook post. They got all kinds of little things. The question is did they subpoena and or write a warrant for the Arlo footage? Arlo keeps their footage up to 30 days. Arlo keeps their video footage up to 30 days. And even though you don't have the 30-day plan, if they subpoena or write a warrant just like they did for Verizon, there is a possibility that Arlo could have recovered the footage. The question is, did they do that? Ooh, Kate Watts. Kate Watts is here, huh? Stacy, Arlo cameras suck. I'm so surprised. It seemed no. Stacy, the Arlo camera, I think it was a Ring camera, the doorbell camera, and then the neighbors' cameras were not Arlo. They were another kind of security camera. Yeah. They were in the Watts case. It wasn't Arlo. He's got to be careful with the Watts name. Absolutely subscribe and hit like and chitty chat. There's a lot of questions around what video footage they got. So the Williams brothers furniture, log cabin furniture, we call it the big chair. Their camera systems are a little different, and there is some footage from that. It gets Kelsey's car going by. We got the Sonic footage. We know that KK parked or says she parked down at the cultural center. Now there's cameras in between the cultural center and where Kelsey's house is. The question is, did law enforcement get that information fast enough, quick enough to get subpoenas, to get warrants, to get that camera footage? Because they may have caught her walking up the road carrying her bleach and her rubber gloves. All right, y'all ready to start talking real specifics now? We just been playing. Here's what you really have to know. Cameras are going to be good. They're going to help tell a story. They're going to help corroborate timeline evidence. They're going to help show a pattern of lying or manipulating or stories being changed. There are street cameras. There are web cameras. If you go to, these people are going to love me now, but you don't have to go there now. But if you type in Ute Pass cams, You can see live cameras of Woodland Park almost all the time. Now, whether or not that footage is recorded and stored, that would be between Peak Internet, my same internet company provider. This actual live video is brought to you by Peak Internet of Woodland Park. If you're around here, you might see their ads in front of my videos, because I have. That means they're paying me. They don't even know it. Is Arlo a small burg located in Colorado? Yeah. The Arlo. I don't know what the Arlo is. There's a camera at a McDonald's stoplight. Oh, yeah, there's multiple cameras. There are cameras on the high school and the aquatic center. There's cameras on the Ute Pass Cultural Center. There's cameras on the professional building. There's cameras on Park State Bank. There's cameras on Base Camp. There's cameras up 67, and there's cameras down 24. There are cameras everywhere. Shit, Dad with the phone's got 5 cameras around his house. You don't think the town's got cameras? This whole town's got cameras. Question is, did they get some video that we don't know about yet? Did they find something? You know what? Your Dateline did a good. Throw your hands up if you watch the Dateline right now. Throw your hands up and just say, yay, Dateline. Dateline actually brought us some of the first real new interview. I say interview because, listen, we interviewed a Klein. We interviewed some of Kelsey's friends. But they interviewed Kelsey's ex. That was about the biggest bombshell that was dropped. What if the cops are holding some real good evidence? What if they haven't brought out the best wine yet? If they took a lesson from the old Messiah, you keep the best wine. Normally the party starts and you get out the best wine, and everybody gets drunk, and then you bring out the cheap wine. But since it is Sunday, and I mean, this one did start off as a Sunday church lesson. What if they haven't brought out the best wine yet? What if they're saving the best wine for last? What if the best evidence hasn't been given to us yet? We do know they have quite a few exhibits that they didn't want to release. ABC, NBC tried to get exhibits released. And so there you go. Everybody threw their hands up. There you go. We hope that they're holding the best wine for last. Maybe that's the DNA evidence. Maybe that's the teeth. There's a lot. If their best evidence comes with KK's testimony, we're not looking so good, guys. And this is what it's going to come down to. Do people really think that the detailed story that KK is portraying is an accurate portrayal of what happened? If it's an accurate portrayal, and if law enforcement is being accurate when they tell us they've got this evidence, they've got blood evidence, they've got DNA evidence, they have enough evidence to think and to know that a crime happened at Kelsey's house. If they've got all that physical evidence, then we should be able to sit back and watch the judicial system work. unfortunately, if they had all that good physical evidence, I just don't feel like they would need KK's testimony. I feel like the testimony is what they're going to rely on. The cell phone pings, they're going to use that to corroborate her testimony. And then this video footage, still pictures, some Walmart video, some Int video, some Mountain Burger video, some Conoco video. They're going to tell a good story, and KK's testimony is going to narrate it. The question will be, will they come up with some actual physical evidence? He did. Papa Underground said it. He said, you're going to need physical evidence to go along with this. You know, especially without a body. That scares me. Because I feel like if KK's telling the truth and they're going to get Patrick on KK's testimony, they're going to have to find something. Yeah, and no one's talking about the Conoco video very much, Lucky Lou. But you and I know that Conoco. We know what's up with that Conoco. That Conoco is right there on the highway. Maybe it shows something in the back of the truck. Maybe it shows something that they're not talking about. They just said they got it. And that's good, right? If they say, we got some Conoco video, getting some gas, you know, he's got a gas tank, he's getting a gas tank. You can see this. He fills up a gas tank. So, surveillance footage has PF at KB's house at the time. If KK was in Idaho, then looking more like PF. Well, the problem is, the moment, time of death is only determined if you have a body. They're not going to go down the road of specific times that Kelsey could have been murdered, abducted, taken, moved, whatever. Because they don't have a body. They don't have a specific time of death. And let's back up a second. If they got Patrick standing at the house, and they got Patrick pictures, and they got a man that looks like Patrick coming and going from the house, I do remember he was wearing a white shirt, no blood, no mess, no nothing. No tote. So unless they have him walking out with something, because the real mystery is this. Okay, so let's get down to the things we do know. I think we are all in agreement that Kelsey is no longer with us. I think we are all in agreement that KK and Patrick have something to do with this murder. The real mystery is how'd he get out the house, where'd he go, and what'd he do with the body. If the story stands true that he drove the body out to the Nash Ranch and he put the body up on the haystack, and then he went to Thanksgiving, then he came back, and then he got the body and took it back to Omaha Frazee, and then they burned the body, and then KK left, and then he disposed of the ashes. Let's be honest. Do you really think he disposed of them at the Midway station? Why not just pick at random any dirt road down any forest road within 5 minutes of Patrick's house and scatter the ashes into the woods, never to be found again? Why not go down the road to the river, scatter the ashes in the river, guaranteed never to be found again? Why would you take them where there's a bunch of video cameras that are going to watch people coming in and out of this location and put them there? Why would you do that? Why would you dump evidence where it is preserved? Does the Arlo video camera may not be worth anything, and it might not be anyone's fault. It might simply be a timing thing. We could call it incompetence of the police. We could call it, mass gross overlook by the cops, or we could simply say, golly, what did it show? What could it have shown? But we don't have video from the Arlo system. I'm pretty sure. I didn't see it in the warrants. I'm pretty sure they talked about it in court via tweets and my wife and the meetings, that they had a picture, they had a still frame, but they did not have video. I understand that. Chrissy's like, he thought it was okay to text between himself and Kelsey from the same spot. Yes. This is a very, very true statement, Christy. The whole texts. I got a text from her, but my phone was within the same spot, the same area, the same cell phone tower, the same ping. Know that the phone is traveling together. I understand the pings and the texting. They tell a good story, but they don't tell who's on the other end of that phone. Patrick could say, yeah, I was there and I got the text. But I thought it was coming from somewhere else. It could have been anyone, right? It could have been someone down the street. It could have been a neighbor. It could have been anyone texting, right? It could have been KK. It could have been Omaha Frazee. It could have been Patrick's friends. It could have been someone else. I think in my Dateline commercial I said there's someone else involved. They do sound like something a woman would write. I don't know what Patrick would write. I'm interested to see what happens on... Well, my dad doesn't think I'm going to be able to go to court. I might be able to go to the arraignment since there's not going to be any testimony at the arraignment, but he says I'm definitely not going to be able to go to the trial if I'm a witness. Hey, Dad. What's up? Laced with Lacey? What's going on, true crime truth finders? Make sure to hit the like and sub to Dad's channel. Thank you, Miss True Crime Truth Finders. I was listening to your little podcast today with Miss Jenny. I know you know I was over there because I said hello. I was just printing off the warrants. Uh-oh. Lacey wants to talk warrants. Start asking questions, girl. Yeah, but you weren't mentioned in any of the released information. Yeah, I wasn't mentioned in any of the released information for sure. What they don't, which doesn't make any sense because it's not like I don't even know. I I have no clue. Hopefully one day I'll know. Hopefully one day I'll ask them, why'd y'all list me as a witness? And then they'll say, well, we didn't want you going to court. Did you ever think why KK was so adamant about naming Ma Frazee a few times in her testimony? She could have easily left that part out, but yet didn't, as if she wanted to make sure she was involved also. Oh, the questions. I like that. I think a 30-plus-year-old man who lives at home with his mother, who doesn't want to move out with his fiance and his child. I have it on pretty good authority that Kelsey wanted him to move in. She wanted to have a life with Patrick. But he turned down Kelsey for a relationship with old Ma and would not leave home. And so when someone asks me, well, do you think Ma know what happened? Absolutely. Absolutely. I think Patrick was ruled with an iron thumb, and ain't nothing happening around old Ma's ranch without her knowing from the very start. Since Patrick was a boy, old Ma's been screaming, been ordering him around. It wouldn't put it past me. I don't know if that's the right phrase. You couldn't put it past me. I wouldn't put it past her. She may have actually ordered it. .43. He's 43? No, he's born in 1979, wasn't he? He was born my same year, I think. I think me and Patrick are literally born the same year. We're the same height and about the same weight. I think he was born in 1979, but I could be wrong. Somebody tell me if I'm wrong. Y'all are listening. He had a bad childhood. If he had a bad childhood, you don't think he has a bad adulthood? He's still living with the same woman. 86. He was born in 86? Okay. Patrick was born 86. Okay, good. Then we're not the same age. We're the same height. I was born in 79 also. Uh-oh. There you go. 2010 was born in 79. He was 34 years old. 34-year-old man born. 34-year-old man living at home. Said he had a bad childhood, did he? Wonder why that was. I wonder why a boy that's had a bad childhood still lives in a house with a mom in which he grew up with. Shell said, I ain't saying when I was born. You don't ask a woman like Shell her age or her weight. Diaz says, I'm 69 here. I don't know if that's a troll or a real age. Jamie laughing. I was born in 77, Jamie said. So we got a 34-year-old man still living at home with mom. Had a bad childhood. Let me just tell you, got a real good, strong woman game. I mean, we got one beautiful woman. Pilot, smart, mother, the kind of woman you marry. And then you got a side chick. Couple of them. The kind of woman that kills for you. You don't think a meth addict will kill for you? Please. He got one woman that's in prison and another woman that should be in prison. And then he's got Kelsey. The tale of three women. The truth is, Patrick was a ladies' man. That little southern drawl. Talk about his puppies. He wasn't very nice when he talked about his puppies, though. Lace White, you're retracting. Bring it back. She said, grab that comment, take it back. You're too much. I hope you're not talking to me. But think about it. He had one girl that's in jail right now, but she's an ex. Close enough ex. Couple years back. 3 years back. Whatever. 4 years back. We got one girl from high school that's never gone anywhere. You know what I think? What if Patrick and KK have killed before? I forgot what the name of this one was supposed to be. What am I supposed to be talking about? Arlo cameras. Arlo cameras. Sponsored by Arlo. Here on Dad with the Phone today, we're talking about the Arlo camera footage that may or may not have caught Patrick going in and out of the house. It's 9:55 p.m. How do y'all feel? Do y'all feel like it's 10:55? Who forgot to do the daylight savings thing? Who was late to something today because of daylight savings time? Only the white man can think that he can. This is what the old Indian said, by the way. Only the white man can think he can cut the end off a blanket and sew it to the other side and make the blanket longer. Hey, is Colorado Crime Con in here? Oh, we still around? I was just going to ask, do you think KK was recruited simply to dispose, or was the affair deeper than that? Oh, more likely, oh, wow, Frazee boys, maybe even Frazee girls. Toy. What are you trying to say? A family affair and they recruited? You think they recruited new blood and she freaked? Oh, a little Bates Motel-ish. Little scary. Frazee mom, Frazee boy. That's why she don't have no fear when she looks at everybody. That's why Mrs. Frazee doesn't have an ounce of fear in her body. She walks around without a... That woman ain't scared of nothing. Let me tell you, I've stood toe to toe just about across the hall from her. I sat right next to her, but when I was coming out of jail just after I spent the night with her boy, after I spent the night with Patrick Frazee in the Teller County Jail, I came out. That's another story. We'll talk about that another day. But I came out of the jail. My wife was sitting to the left. She had just got me out. Oh, thanks to Bobby Brown. Sponsored by Bobby Brown. Bobby Brown Bail Bonds. Sponsors Dad with a Phone. He's probably one of my biggest sponsors, actually. He put up a $1,000 bond. Shoot. $1,000 sponsor right there. Anyway, we came out of the jail, and there was old Ma Frazee. There's a video of it. You can watch the video. I mean, I walk right out, and I even said, I didn't say old Ma Frazee. I didn't say Mrs. Frazee. I said Mrs. Frazee. And then I looked at my wife, and I was like, holy shit, Mrs. Frazee doesn't know me, but I just greeted her like she knew me. And I looked at my wife, and my wife was videoing the whole thing. But there was no fear in that woman. I can guarantee you. That's half the battle. CrimeCon. Oh, you gonna come to CrimeCon? True Crime? Where you at, True Crime? Where's True Crime Truth Finders from? I couldn't put the no shit. I told my wife, hey, listen, the day I got pulled over, I told my wife, text Bobby Brown, tell him the corrupt Woodland Park police have pulled me over and are taking me to jail. Guess who got me out before noon the next day? Because Bobby Brown knows. He knows. Bobby Brown knows what's going on up here in Woodland. And he was like, well, shit, they got Dad with the phone in jail. We got to get him out. I was out in less than 24 for sure. It was more like 9 o'clock at night and was out by 12:30 the next day. I don't know how many hours that is, but by God, Bobby Brown, you came through good. So thanks to Bobby Brown, unofficial sponsor, by the way. That's an unofficial, unsolicited sponsorship from Bobby, but I guess I solicited because I told my wife to text him. So yeah, I did solicit that sponsorship in the form of a bail bondsman. Anyway, Omar Frazee. Do I think Omar Frazee? Oh, Lace, there's somebody's holding your messages. Did you? Oh, there, somebody let it through. Lacey, you're on hold. one of the wrenches put you on hold, girl. But they let it through. Hit the bell. Hit the like. Toy area. I've been thinking that since the first pic of KK came out, or Ma 30 years ago, baby boy, like his ma. Man, what if old Ma's the ringleader? Do you think? But see, if old Ma was the ringleader, don't you think KK would have just buried her instead of burying Patrick? Like, KK could have told the exact same story. She could have told the exact same story and just interjected old Ma as the one who told me what to do. Old Ma's the one who called me. Old Ma was with Patrick. Old Ma did it all. And then KK and Patrick could have sailed off into the wild blue yonder at the ranch. So like, you know, part of me wants to believe the story that KK tells. Part of me wants to believe it because it kind of makes sense. I mean, from the very get-go, If you're just joining us, Dad with the phone, thanks for joining us. I'll sometimes go on a rant. Oh, did Truth... Oh, she's from Ohio. I'm watching now. True Crimes, Truth Finders from Ohio. Wasn't running on live for some reason now. I'm late. Laugh out loud. I got you. I don't know what's going on. I just decided to talk about the security cameras, which has led into Oma, which has led into who knows what the heck's going on. Oma is the puppet master. I know something about some puppet mastery, Sarah. Sarah, did you see that ad on Dateline last night for Dad with the phone? Don't you think I didn't have a little bit to do with that little puppet master right there? Don't tell Andrea, though. She's liking my tweets right now, so... Don't tell the talking blonde that I'm talking about her on Dad with the phone. That's what I should probably say. Because when I say talking blonde, people think I mean that degrading. But I really don't. I just mean it's a woman who knows how to talk, and she's a blonde. Which is hard to find, actually. That's kind of a blonde joke. But that's just a funny blonde joke. Anyway, I'm in trouble now. I'm just working out a little stand-up routine. Y'all know, hey, oh well, most of y'all aren't from around here. Wait, but some of y'all are from, raise your hand if you're from Colorado. Sarah, I know you're from Colorado. You don't have to raise your hand. Anybody else from Colorado? We got Ohio's in the house. I don't know, Laced with Lacey. That's a new name. Where's Lace from Lacey from? I'm seeing a lot of new names, actually, now that I'm looking at this. Lori Powell. What's the story on PF, Daddy? It's kind of weird to read that. Is he dead? Hello from Michigan. Loved you on Dateline. Okay, so Lori Powell, what's the stories? Oh, on PF's daddy. The mystery of the dad. Let me be honest with you. Dad's death is a mystery. I know it's suspicious. I believe his dad died sometime in September, maybe October. I think it was September, October, November. Yeah, it was like just a few months before this whole thing with Kelsey. And I've heard all kinds of rumors. Lucky Lou, are you coming to Crime Con and just going to come back to Woodland Park? Are you going to get a day pass and come to Crime Con? You have to come to Crime Con now. You probably come stay out there if you want, but since you live so close. I might need an Uber driver, actually, so we might need some Ubers. Since you're Lucky Lou's the Uber. They whacked him for insurance money. Well, Sarah, you just had me say that out loud. I just said that out loud, Sarah. September 2018, insurance money. So, where does the conversation go now? I just got real, folks. Busted. Live on Dad with the phone. Oops. Shout out to Dad with the phone. What happened to... What did... I'm trying to see what Sarah said. Oh, they whacked him for insurance money. I just let that sink in for a second. Upgrade TS. Is that Teller County? Upgrade TS. I wonder if that's like a sheriff's department that just came in. Old Ma watching from the porch. Did you guys see the porch of True Crime Truth Finders hubby joined. Watch out. Dad with the phone just went to 4% men because I might have 4 men watching. One of them's probably a cop pretending to be a woman. just in social media land. I can't wait to get all the police officers' fake accounts. They've been watching all my Facebook videos, but I think they got smart and started doing it from fake accounts. But as soon as we get them, they get up on the stand to testify to all these Facebook videos. We get to ask them about their fake accounts under oath. It'd be fun. Oh, this is all I'm thinking about it. Oh, wait, here we go. Is Arlo only Colorado service? No. Arlo is nationwide. True Crime Truth Finders. TSTF. I gotcha. See, that's what I need to know. TSTF. So that must be one of your wrenches. That must be one of your upgrade TSTF. I got you. No, I'm not a cop. True Crime Truth Finders. That's like that DWAP. That's DWAP. I got you. I got DWAP. So Dad with the phone is DWAP, and True Crime Truth Finders is TSTF, TCTF. I'm sorry, I'm dyslexic. I really self-diagnosed from an HBO documentary though. Unity camera system available at Costco. Who's on fire? Somebody's on fire? What is pack technical? What is that? I don't even know what that emoji is. Is that a true troll right there? Is he like speaking some other language? What are you speaking? What's Pack saying? Where are you from, Pack? Pack, can we get a location? Sarah Garcia said, laugh out loud at Dad with a phone. D-Wop. Hello, Colorado Crime Con. Pickle Arlo is a senior Unity camera system available at Costco, Best Buy. Yep. It's an eggplant, Sassy said. Well, it's an eggplant at the end. What does the word say that you're pointing at? Oh, message deleted. Watch out. Gone. Chicka Sassy. I just wondered what it meant. Somebody took you out though. I can't argue. I don't have no control. I barely know how YouTube works. Hey, have y'all seen our subscriptions? I want to thank you guys because I don't know when this page was born, but I think it was like maybe 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago at the latest. 3 weeks ago whenever I got crushed from YouTube on Underground. Whenever the Underground went down, I started Dad with a Phone, and I was actually planning on starting Dad with the Phone later. I was actually planning on kicking it off later, but I got forced into it because of the YouTube drama. Man, I didn't know YouTube was so drama-filled. And but thank you guys for all your subscriptions, because you guys have got me up to like almost 2,000 already. And don't even lie. I be peeking all these other channels, and that was a big jump, and people took notice to that. It scared a lot of YouTubers. The YouTubers don't need to be scared of Dad with the Phone. They just need to invite me on their show. I bet you TCTF will have me on her show one day. I'm just making assumptions now because you're in my show. But nevertheless, if she wants to talk murder, she can just let me know. It's an eggplant. Pack is a troll because there's an eggplant is on fire. Eggplant is on fire. The vegan troll. I don't mind a vegan troll. I like a vegan troll every once in a while. Arlo cameras. So the Arlo cameras that are actually, they're not running though, are they? I I don't think they were running live. Some of them are running. Some of my videos are looping and others aren't, but I don't feel like the Arlo cameras are looping. And that's Arlo's out in front of my house right now. Now, not live, but that's the Arlo. There's actually, Sarah, there's a dog up in the top right hand corner. Oh, we're pulling that out front here. Oh, let's kill all the rest and put up Doggo. I didn't even ask permission. Sarah, Doggo's gonna be a YouTube star. Hit like and subscribe. Oh, let's get rid of that. We get rid of all that junk. Let me get rid of all this stuff. Y'all, it's catching up. Doggo's coming on live. So Doggo is Sarah's dog. Oh crap, my stuff's still out there. Why is this not looping though? Local file loop, restart playback when source becomes active. Perfect. No. Alright, there that doggy is. Let me get rid of this stuff. Bingo. So that's Sarah's dog. Let's see if it loops. Oh yeah, he's running around. See him running around out there? That's Doggo. They call him Corey, but his name's Doggo. I don't care what Sarah calls him. But we babysit that dog all the time. Not lately. She's been hoarding it. We're gonna have to kidnap it. I need to come over here and train Muffin. Let's see if we can pull Doggo back up. Doggo set off the security system. There he is, Sam. Ooh, look at Doggo. He's a fun little dog. She's a fun little dog. Corey. It's a girl. See, we like girls. See? There you go. Doggo just chilling, running around. Fun little stuff. So that's all from an Arlo camera system. I'm hoping that's looping. I don't know if it's looping. It's supposed to be a 15-second clip, I guess. But we'll see. Oh, I wonder if he's barking. I wonder if it was barking too. Nice. I woke her up. Oh, because of the dog? Was the dog barking? Or was that just saying me? I don't know if you can hear. I just realized that the... I don't know if y'all can hear it. Can y'all hear that audio? Yeah, I guess you can. So, let's see what we got going on here. We got Arlo camera. See, like, what you have to understand though is the Arlo camera has a little bit of delay. Did y'all see how that worked? Watch when this car comes in, it catches. See, there was still a little bit of delay, you know, and so, but you see the wide angle? I mean, that it's a pretty wide angle. That's a motorcycle trailer under snow right there, and the camera will run for about 15 seconds, but see, there's still movement in the back, and so as long as there's movement in these cameras, they'll keep running. And so, but you see, then it end. See, when it ended there, that was because I didn't have it on loop. Let me put it on loop. Now I'm going to let that run loop now so you can kind of see how long and how far they can see. See, now right now it feels like it's not moving, so it's going to start to die, and then you'll see it loop. But this is an Arlo camera system. This is the Arlo Pro 2. This is the Pro series. This ain't even the Pro 2. And I got 5 of them surrounding my house. Actually, right now I got 4 of them because I got one sitting right here in case I wanted to bring up a prop. But Oh, everybody's dog's barking. I didn't realize that y'all were getting audio from these. I'm so sorry. That was not fair of me. Just making y'all have. Okay, so here's a night shot of an Arlo camera system. This is behind my house, my neighbors. So that's how they work at night. And you know, if a dog or anything runs across right there, or a deer comes by, that camera catches it on video. So, you know, so they're a pretty good camera system. The question will be what they did with all right, so here's another example, like the kids running through here. See how it caught her? Like it seems like she came out of nowhere when she comes running. It's looping, so it's gonna look like she just comes running out of nowhere, or maybe it's not looping. Oh, it should be on loop. See how it looks like she comes running out of nowhere? That's because the camera didn't catch her till she got to there. So you can understand why. First of all, they didn't save the footage because it maybe looked normal, right? Like I save everything because I have hard drives for days. So I have a backup USB drive that then I put on a hard drive. Hard drive gets filled up and disappears. And then so you can kind of understand looking at this, especially these two clips, because these two clips show pretty good idea of how. See, she just comes out of nowhere. That's not because she's a ghost and she leaped from another time zone, people. It's because the camera didn't get going fast enough. And that's how the Arlo system works. Because they're not running full time the whole time, they are triggered and then they cut off after a certain amount of time. I'm not sure why OBS is not looping my video right now. I was hoping that it would just loop the video, but it doesn't seem to be looping right now. So let's see what we got here. So here's an example of how this would work in a car situation. I've caught many people running stoplights, but see how fast that car showed up? So the other day, I was hoping this camera was going to catch that car that ran us. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. My wife is always taking care of me. Even while it's late outside, it's late, she's sleeping, then she gets up and brings me something to drink. So this kind of gives you a little understanding of the whole Arlo system. Drop the microphone or two. But it's not going to tell you what. I'm not trying to tell you what they had or what footage they have of him. See, here's one at night. See, check this out. This is a night shot of Ella, okay? And she's coming up to the front door. It's right on my front porch. Snowing outside. There's still movement. It looks like Dad just got home. Somebody's in the Jeep. So these Arlo cameras are really could offer something. But the question is like, if they just got a still frame of that, like of what a still frame of my daughter or something, or of Patrick, they might not have seen anything. Oh, well, that would be private property. But I could Actually, I've been there, so I can tell you. I can tell you that actually the angle is going to look a lot like the one that's up there right now, as far as how high the camera's up. Okay, see, like this one's up on a tree. But what you have to understand is, what is this one? That's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for videos, kids. This one's up on a tree. The one that was pointed at my, kind of at my, I mean, I can go in and I can, yes, I could probably go. This one right here, though, this one is about, we want to loop that. Hide source when playback ends, no. Choose file, okay, so, bam. Let's see if that'll loop. So this is about the height and the angle, right? And the width of what it was going to catch. If you're asking, does it catch Kelsey's house? Absolutely. I don't know what we're even saying right there. I killed that. So we'll just let this, see if this video loops. I think it caught a good snapshot, but I don't think that it revealed something. I think it caught exactly what they said it caught, and that was it caught an image of a man who resembles Patrick. Did it catch a picture of Patrick? Are they going to be able to say it caught a picture of Patrick? Maybe. Or they may be able to just dismiss that. May not even be that important. Arlo is the camera brand. Yes, absolutely. So if you're just joining, I'm not really breaking down any camera footage. I'm explaining a little bit about the Arlo camera systems. Everybody wants to know how much angle could they cut. You could see this. Okay, so that fence from where the camera is sitting, the fence is about 10 feet. If anything, yes, the camera is simply going to catch Patrick walking through the camera frame. It's not going to catch, it may not have been poured in. I don't know why I'm yelling in my microphone right now. I could have been just talking like this, normal. If anything, it might have, my wife is so laughing at me right now. She's laughing. If anything, it could have just caught Patrick walking through the frame. Like the little girl. Let me see if I can find the one with the little girl. You'll see a car is going to come out of nowhere. This isn't like, that's not vanishing tricks, right? That's not tricks. What you're seeing is, watch, a little girl is going to come out of nowhere. What you're seeing is the camera didn't start fast enough. But those people are standing way far away. Patrick is only going to be about 10 to 15 feet away from this camera. I mean, that house is a good 70 feet away, or maybe even 70 yards away, 50 yards away to that garage. And so what you're seeing is not, I mean, Patrick's going to be a big figure, or a decent sized portion of the frame, but it may just be for a quick second, and that snapshot that they got to their phone doesn't show that. Where if Patrick was caught walking across the camera or running like this, we could identify that. I can tell you who that girl is. I know who she is. That's my neighbor, right? Let's see if we find another. Okay, here's at night. So let's see what happens at night. But here's one of them running away, right? That's the other thing. These will zoom in. But see how far she goes? Let's start that one up again. Somebody running through here. So she comes running. She set the, oh no, she didn't set the camera off. I just have it blown up. So she's going to come running out of nowhere. Let's start it one more time here. So she comes running across, but look how far it gets her. So the cameras stay active as long as there's motion in the camera frame. So understanding that they're not going to have video, I think what they're going to have is steel frames. That's a car. See how that car came in quick? And then all of a sudden the car disappears. You're not going to get much. But that's how the cameras work. They're triggered by motion. And so it doesn't always catch the first frames of whatever the motion is. We'll end there with Corey Doggo, Sarah's dog. But if they got him walking, do I think the cameras caught Patrick? I think the cameras caught a picture of a man that fits the description of Patrick. Well, it's okay. So yes, they do have multiple videos of Patrick. They have him at the Walmart. Now, if they got him at Walmart buying black totes, hold the phone. Christy, do any of the affidavits say anything about what he bought at Walmart? Do we have any, is there any affidavits, anything, anywhere talking about what Patrick purchased at Walmart? Because yes, they have multiple videos of him around town, at the bank. The question is, well, there's two cameras. Now, he was in the baby aisle. Okay. I'm here. Oh, you're just trying to see if someone's here. I don't know who's here. Right now we got some 90 people in the, how many people we got in the chat? We got 90 people in the chat. Thank you guys for showing up. Thanks for stopping by Dad with a phone, especially if you're new. I don't know how many of y'all are new. Throw your hands up if you're new. If this is your first live with Dad, throw your hands up. I want to say a special thank you. So, only the newcomers. So no candles. Well, we will have candles soon. I think Jay sent me some candles. Jay is for Justice sent me some candles. Is that what you're talking about? The candles, man, I don't know. Do you guys really want to talk about the candles? I don't really want to talk about candles, but we can. Do you think that's a real story? Like, do you think that's a story that Patrick is telling? Okay, let me tell this story from my perspective. If I'm telling a woman to come down here and clean up, if I'm telling a woman to come down here and clean up my murder, I am not telling this story of I lit these candles for her to, smell and do all this stuff. I'm not making up this story of this idea that, I told her to lean over and smell the candles. Really? You think he's telling this story to people? You think that's what he's calling up her and doing? You think he's calling up going, I want you to get down here. I did this thing. And then he tells her this story that I went out and got candles. That story doesn't make sense to me. The candle story. You know, it's one of those things where, how do you like on YouTube? I have no option to. Oh, you got to X out and then come back. How so didn't Patrick buy candles? Well, I know. There's a lot of questions being asked about candles. Oh, smell these candles. Oh, this story, this elaborate story that was told, you know. I feel like
Made sense though. Explain why he blindfolded her. Why she was okay with being
Do you-
blindfolded.
but you think he's going to tell that story to KK in detail?
Asked what was up. Yeah, they were talking about this.
So he tells her, he says, this is how it went down.
Yeah, she asked. I bet. If the details that he tried to get her to kill Kelsey herself so many times with drugs and a coffee, they've talked about details. It very much makes sense.
Mrs. Underground feels like,
And the way I heard it in the context, it was plausible.
okay, so I have somebody right here in my bedroom who was in the, if you're new, well, first of all, if you're new to Dad with a Phone and the Underground and all this stuff, you may not have known this, but my wife went to the court hearing where all this stuff came out, where the story of the candles came out, where the story of this idea Patrick plant, maybe this, you know what would make this plausible? If the ex-girlfriend would tell us that Patrick was a romantic. Because the only way Patrick's pulling off this camera or this candle gig is if this isn't the first time he's done it. You know, if this is the first time he's done this, where he's pulled out candles or pulled out, this idea.
They've been fighting throughout the night and day, like the whole day. When you look at the time frame.
You think they've been fighting, or do you think he just had this thing planned out?
She was at his house. Why would she just stay the night? She left his mom's house at 3 or 4 in the morning.
Nikki says they were fighting. The fight was on.
It seems like they were together, but then then they left. She left and went back to her house, but then it's the crazy mom. So maybe that's why she didn't stay there.
They say, "Mic up, Mrs. Underground."
Sorry. Keep talking.
Mic up, Mrs. Underground. That's funny.
I just want to, when you think of the timeline of the day, it is weird to be doing some romantic candle move when if you think of the last 24 hours of their time together. So, I don't know.
It's hard to think about
If
that.
you ever ask me to sniff a candle, I'm not doing it.
Miss Underground said, if I ever asked her to sniff a candle,
If you had a
she
blindfold
ain't
me
doing
and
it.
sniff a candle, I
She ain't
fucking
falling
doing
for it. She ain't not falling for the candle sniffing.
It's not your MO, so you were onto something, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, if this is not, if it was weird,
That would be weird for you to do that.
yeah, it'd be weird for me to do it. So what I'm thinking is, if this whole thing is an elaborate act that he put these candles out in front and said, I want you to sniff these. I want you to think about this. I want you to, you know, I want you to just play this game. I want to make up with you. If they've been fighting, you know, maybe it comes out of left field. Maybe he's a hopeless romantic. Maybe this pulls off and it works. I just feel like that's not a story that I'm going to then turn around and tell you. Another woman. Like, I'm not going to tell KK.
They were like gruesome. From KK's perspective, they were gruesomely planning this murder for months.
You heard it from Mrs. Underground. From KK's perspective, they were gruesomely planning this for months. Multiple attempts at murder. KK made multiple attempts to kill Kelsey. People.
PF had KK. It was, I mean, from her.
From her story, it is.
Story, it was Patrick had tried 3 different times, and they would text back and forth, and there's text to prove it. There are texts to prove it.
Did they show those texts?
No, but the CBI guy.
Did they read those texts?
Yeah.
They read them out loud?
It's in my thing. It was in my notes.
There you go.
Because she said,
text.
There was a text that the CBI guy said out of his mouth saying that Patrick, it was after the second attempt, and the coffee attempt, and Patrick was mad and sent a text.
What did a text say?
Another chance. Don't worry, you'll have another chance.
So, don't worry, you'll have another chance. So the question is, did KK chicken out, but she was willing? She just kept chickening out. You got to ask yourself this, ladies. This is what's gonna see, because if the truth is if the truth is as gruesome as she's telling it, and this is why they feel like they're gonna get a conviction. When we talk about KK, we're talking about 18 months, people. We're not talking about 3 years. I was at this hearing. I was sitting in the courtroom. I saw KK. The judge ruled that it's tops 18 months. If, and it's an if at sentencing, if they add on the aggravated, they turn this thing into an aggravated class 6 felony. Could be up to 3 years. But there's no mandatories. There's no suggestion. Oh, I think, okay, I'm with you, TCTF. God, I can't even say it. TCTF. Say my name. Truth Crime and Truth Finders. I'm with you. I think KK has a lot more to do with this. I think she bought the candles. I think it's her story. Why don't you do it this way, Patrick?
Yeah.
Well, why don't you come down here and do it this way, Patrick? Why don't you get these candles out for her? Why don't you have a
It doesn't seem like a man story for sure.
Why don't you have a sexy night with candles and put them all around the house and get her relaxed. Tell her you want to make up. Then I want you to line those candles out. And then we'll get a sweater, and I want you to blindfold her. And then once you take care of her, you take the baby. You get out of the house, and I'll clean up. You tell me when it's done, and I have to stay in Idaho. I can't come down there because I need to be in Idaho. And you make that happen. So,
Not a good plan.
It's not a good plan. It's not a good plan. It's not a foolproof plan. But nothing makes sense. She went back and forth. She jumped around. She didn't tell the same exact story. She lied. We know 100% she lied. She only told this story. Let me tell you something, kids. She only told this story after the deal was sealed. This was made very clear. Thank you, Andrea Canning. Thank you, Andrea from NBC Dateline. Thank you for making that clear. Although I hope that it was clear that this deal was made after the story was told, after the deal was sealed. She didn't tell the story of Patrick beating Kelsey until her paperwork was signed by the state's attorney. So I have no doubt that the state listened to the testimony that was given by KK on the 20th, and they said, oh shit, we messed up. There's not a doubt in my mind that the state didn't feed her evidence so that she would tell a story that would corroborate the physical evidence. Let me tell you the story she was told. See, her lawyer's not stupid, first of all. KK's got, I don't even know who her lawyer is. Somebody knows her name. Y'all shout her name. Say her name. Woman power. I don't know what kind of things that she did, but boy, howdy, if I need to get a lawyer, I need to get that lawyer, because she pulled a miracle out in court. Because let me tell you, she made sure there weren't cameras pointing at KK when KK talked. Not only did she get her off with a felony charge that's less, if you were to take my cell phone, let's say you took Dad's burner phone. Dad's burner phone is valued at about $100, $150 on the shelf. Actually, this is a refurbish. All right, this one might not be a good example. If you were to take a $100 phone, somebody's $100 phone, you were to take it down to the pawn shop here in Woodland Park, Colorado. The pawn shop guys love me when I tell this story. If you were to sell this to a pawn shop and tell them, hey, this is my phone, and you sell it to them, $100 phone, you would have committed more of a crime than what KK was charged with. You understand that? Defrauding a pawnbroker. Think about that for a second. Let that sink into your crazy little heads. Ask me what kind of world we live in. So whatever she did, she admitted to coming down here, getting a Starbucks, and almost poisoning. Or did she? Like, part of me almost thinks like she told half the truth. Like she was trying to tell enough of the truth that would fit to the timeline in which they gave her via the ping towers. Like, so tell us, when did you head back to Idaho? Well, what do you mean when I head back to Idaho? We know you went back to Idaho. Tell us when you went back to Idaho. Well, let me think. Okay, it was around this time. Well, could it have been around this time? Well, what do you mean could it have been? Well, like, when would you have left here? Okay, you would have left here at this time. Okay, so you
had exact time she left.
Okay, so she knew.
Remember, that's part of her story.
I know. This is what I'm getting at. This whole turning on and off thing is the portion of the party that I don't buy. The whole turning off thing. Okay, first of all, this is where. Okay, hang on, children. We're about to get into this. I gotta jump in. Deep dive. I'm jumping in deep dive. So the cell tower, pinging off stuff. She tells a story from a woman who was in the courtroom. She tells a story that she purposely turned on the cell phone to make it ping in Grand Junction and to make it ping in Salt Lake, and then finally go to rest in Gooding, Idaho. This is the story that she tells us. This is after she has cleaned up the love affair. This is after she cleaned up the gruesome murder. This is after she's been here. She's watched the body be burned. She saw Omar Frazee out on the porch. Patrick brings the pizza. So she's telling us now, right now, she's telling us we birthed the cell phone plan. We had this cell phone plan from the beginning. But she's telling it in a way that everybody thinks makes so perfect sense. Or, KK, if you're listening, because you probably are, because you saw me on Dateline, KK, and we're coming for you. Social media's coming. They ain't going to let you get off that easy, girl. You were a part of an elaborate scheme that took a woman's life. You are not a victim. You were never a victim. You were not manipulated. You were probably barely threatened. And you had ample time to go to law enforcement. You had the text messages. You could have told the story. You could have saved a life. So when she tells this story about how I turned on the cell phone because I wanted to lead the breadcrumbs for you guys. When she tells this story that I left the blood on the toilet so that you would find it, or I left the blood on the wall. I didn't get it all off the top of the ceiling because I wanted you to find. I strategically. This is telltale of a greater story. The idea that she was smart enough to turn the phone on and off, and then you guys want to sit back and go, oh yeah, but he texted at the same time as Kelsey. You don't think they were playing cell phone games the whole damn time? Let me remind you. You guys always like compliment me. You're always like, man, Michael, you should do this. Why don't you be a PI? Why don't you be an investigator? People that have been watching Dad with the Phone been telling me this stuff for a minute. Been like, oh, you need to get into this full time. Man, Michael, you should be a cop. My dad was a cop. If you haven't heard that story, you should go listen to it yesterday. I did it yesterday. You should go listen to it. Guess who Patrick's brother is? Pause. I got to go get some water. Y'all talk amongst yourselves. Guess. Y'all start guessing. That's quick, wasn't it? That's quick, super quick. Patrick Brother is a homicide cop, people. Patrick Brother ain't just no patrolman. Patrick Brother may not be as sharp as Dad's dad with the phone. Dad's dad. Patrick's brother is definitely not as sharp as Grandpa Underground. But let's not mistake about it. He's been a cop for a long time. He knows a few things. And if there's a third party involved, how about the estranged brother that I don't know, but I happened to be with on the same day that the murder happened. I also happened to be with on the day that I'm going to turn over my cell phone to the cops. I happen to also be with him on the day that the cops need to see that Kaylee is still alive, right? I happen to just be hanging out with my brother. I happen to just going to turn over my cell phone with my estranged brother.
Cops trying to get the cops for him to help or something.
Yeah. That's the big act. I'll help you get my brother. Because we already took care of the cell phone. Oh, we can't wait till y'all try to figure out the cell phone thing. We're going to see what kind of story y'all going to tell with the cell phone thing. What if the cell phone pings were planned all along? Because that's what KK's telling us. KK told us that the cell phone ping in Grand Junction and in Salt Lake and in Goody, all the cell phone pings were planned. I mean, she's not telling us that, but she's telling us that some of them were planned. That's true. I mean, that's the truth. I need to step down? Is that what you're saying, Mrs. Chloe? I need to step down for this case? If Patrick went to rodeos across the state, did everyone really know he was... or his status? Miss Murder Australia. What size is Miss Underground, please? What size are you?
Like a small or medium.
A small or a medium? If it's going to shrink in the washer, a medium. The ex-girlfriend said he was charming. Oh, you think... Have y'all heard him talk to his dog? Yeah, that bitch over there, I had him tied up for a couple of days, you know. Them bitches over there, they want to try to get after them cattle. Them bitches. That's how he talked. Hey, Nama M. How do you say your name? Nama M. Naima. Nama. Shout out Nama. Nama, where you from, Nama? Several have said he could have been violent. Yeah, we've talked to a couple. Mrs. Chloe, Dre Adams, his bro, Julie K. He speaks poorly. He sounds Amish. Sarah, you've been like jumping around. You better subscribe with all your freaking channels, Sarah. That's all I'm saying. If you're going in and out and coming back and forth with channels because you're like a different name now, you better subscribe with your fake channels. I'm just telling you. Watch his dog video. He's a... Well, that could be true. I don't like that, those states. I guess I could have let you have that one. Oh, somebody let you have it. I said decline. Someone else said you could have it. That's funny. It's creepy how much Vanessa and Kelsey look alike. Oh. The stories. Guys, I'm thinking that there is a lot more to this story that we have yet to hear. There's gonna be more that comes out. There's gonna be more about that night. What happened? People are gonna ask questions. People are gonna want to know if they have to go to court. She's gonna have to tell the whole story. This is why they didn't have her I don't care. Lucky Lou. You think I give a I'm just kidding. I don't care. That's the least of what he is, right? Those are the least of what he is. You could say cock-a-doodle-doo, though. You could say Patrick's a cock-a-doodle-doo. Or a dick-a-doodle-doo. If you say that Patrick's a dick-a-doodle-doo, I don't think YouTube can shut you down. We got to be careful because YouTube is like shutting folks down for some stupidness. So we're trying to keep the channel PG, except when Dad slips, you know. And I have I got like this rule where if I cuss, then y'all gotta like put $1 in the cuss jar for me. I don't know. We should think of a cuss jar. Every time I cuss, I gotta give $1 to a YouTube hater. Like go do a super chat for every time I cuss, I gotta go do a super chat for a hater. And if I do a whole week without cussing, I'm gonna make the sponsors like do something special. Oh, y'all don't like my mom in the tub. We'll go back to the Arlo cameras. They're like, what? This is an Arlo. People are coming on. I put a bunch of visuals. I just started grabbing visuals. I was like, oh, candles? I got candles. Throw some candle video on. And then I left one of them up. I didn't mean to do that. I'm sorry, guys. My cuss jar would be full. Sometimes you get after it in Facebook. Hey, I've been trying to keep clean. After I got talked to by the sponsors. My sponsor is what I mean. Like, you know, AA sponsor. He was like, you should keep it clean. I'm teasing. Anyway, somebody's going to take that clip and be like, Dalton's at AA. I should go to AA. I need to practice some stories. AA is like the best place to go practice your stories because they like want you to talk. There's like, does anybody want to share? Actually, I'd like to share. I'd like to tell y'all a story. I love telling stories at AA.
We're gonna start going to those.
I love telling stories at AA meetings. I'll go just to tell stories. And then I'll be like, I've been sober for 47 years. And they're like, give that boy a chip. I got one of those 20-year chips. And so I got that 20-year chip. And I'll tell a good story, and then I'll flip it at the end. I'll be like, it's been 20 years. And I'll flip it and catch it and walk away. And the room, you kill it every time. I've never told a story at an AA meeting that I didn't just kill it. I'm talking standing O, baby. And so that's the best audiences. It's the best audience. I'm telling a story right now. I'm killing it. They're laughing and clapping and... oh, no. Oh, hell no, they're saying. Oh, hell no. Speaking of AA, was that place in California a rehab? Oh, Sarah.
It wasn't.
Sarah June. Sarah wants to talk about... We got to go Google Earth, I guess. Let's go Google Earthing. We're going to go Google Earth. Y'all give me 2 seconds. I got to set up. I got to do the setup. We're going, what? Hey, they say it wasn't. We're going to go check. We got to go dig. Hey, Miss Underground, we don't need your firsthand experience from the courtroom, okay? Miss Underground says it wasn't an alcohol rehab. All right. What's the name of this place anyway? Sarah, let me see. What's the name? I got a name somewhere. I got it. I got a Tom. Somebody's probably giving it to me. Don't listen to me. I'm just dad with a phone, laugh out loud. That's what I'm saying. Sarah, you remember the name of this place? Pickles out? Pickle, pickle. Pickle, pickle. Okay, Needley, California. Okay. We're going to make this happen right now. Let's see what we can do. Yeah. Recovery program. Depression recovery program. Needley Health Solution Home. All right, here we go. Needley Depression and Anxiety Recovery Program. All right, folks, I'm going to be honest with you. If somebody could have created this website yesterday on Wix, for all I know, because y'all seen them Wix commercials? That's what it looks like. But let me show you. I'm going to show you right now. Here we go. This way we don't get in trouble. Y'all can find it. Relax the body, baby. Relax the body with Needley. Relax the body. Oh, yeah. We're going to have this ready for you. 2 seconds, guys. It's coming at you. Uplift the spirit. Dude, I'm going Seventh-day Adventist. This place looks kicking, rocking. Looks like a freaking spa. Learn more. Let's learn more about this. Body and spirit. Okay, there it is. Perfect. All right. Coming at you. Give me 2 seconds. We're going to be live and in charge on the YouTube. We can go through this place. Not really that quickly, but we'll figure it out. We'll see what happens here. We'll see what happens. So the Needley Clinic is a rehabilitation program that is verified that Kelsey spent time here, okay? We know for a fact that Kelsey spent time here on location for some sort of time. The clinic is based in California, and according to their website, they are basically around anxiety. You know, it's kind of a spa atmosphere. It's, you know, there is some spiritual. Yeah, it's definitely a fight for depression. So what we're looking at here, you're looking at some quick still shots from the website. Body and spirit, Needley. And so here's the deal. When you're talking about alcohol, drugs, because this is where we're going to go, right? This is where we're going to go to. This is where y'all want to go. Was Kelsey involved in alcohol and drugs? I am going to say from my non-professional experience, but my life experience, from the pictures I've seen, so here's a question. Do I think Patrick was involved in drugs and alcohol? Nope. I don't think he was. And I don't think Kelsey was either. And I don't think, if she was involved in any drugs whatsoever, if she was taking drugs, you know, it wasn't something that everyone knew about. It wasn't something that, you know, people were going to talk about anyway. And when she went to this rehabilitation program or this rehab program, that's what a rehab program is. She went there because she just, you know, had a baby. She was pregnant at the time. I don't know if she went before or after she was pregnant, but it was pretty close. All in the same time frame. You know, a couple of years. It looks like a retreat to me. I mean, it looks like all of us could probably go to this place.
Yeah, she was there for like a week. That was it.
Yeah, dude, that's like a vacation.
10 days or something.
Sounds like to me it's like a vacation that you maybe could get paid for through your health provider. So she might have had some health insurance that paid for this vacation. It's not a vacation. There was probably counseling, but it's like you guys. Maybe she needed YouTube. Maybe she needed to get on a YouTube chat and just chat some shit out. You know, she should have. Maybe she just needed to reach out to somebody because she was in a weird relationship, but she was trying to make it work. That's the sense that I get. The sense that I get, even that from her mom not knowing what, straight up what was up, but the sense that I get is that she would have done anything and everything for Patrick and to work this out. What?
Yeah, you're right.
I mean, that's the sense that I get, that she would.
To Walmart in the middle of the night.
I understand. That's the story. Went and got him medicine.
Dude, just stay at her house. Why didn't he just leave his
Cause
and stay with his beautiful family? What a wacko!
Y'all hear Miss Underground? Y'all screaming with Miss Underground or what? Y'all screaming right now with Miss Underground in the backdrop? So, when we talk about this clinic, we have to understand that this was a setup from the get-go. Oh, somebody's wanting what are people calling information? I haven't even been reading. Pickle, Kelsey went there. The ex did drugs to cope, and the other killed. Yeah, no. So when I say that Patrick didn't do drugs, I'm not 100% about that, by the way. I'm not 100% about that. Do you think? Okay, let me put it this way. Let's talk about it a different way. Let's talk about this realistically. How close is Patrick to methamphetamines in Florissant, Colorado? I could tell you he's probably not within. He's close. There's meth everywhere. Cripple Creek, Hartselle, Florissant. Come on. We ain't got to play no jokes. Dad's from right here. Y'all ready? I mean, I'm just going to try. Check it, that mic. Check it, that microphone. People texting me. People yelling at me. People screaming, Dad, you got too excited. You grabbed that damn microphone. It came unplugged. Micah check, Micah check. 1, 2. 1, 2. What about the sister? Oh, sister. Quiet little sister, Sarah. Don't be talking about the sister. Sisters in the shadows. The sinister sisters of the Frazees. The sinister sister. This family's weird. Straight up weird. How many did we lose in the volume check? Everybody kick off? Everybody said we're out? Everybody said we're going home. Peeking out. Thank you guys for sticking around. Hey, I'm done, man. I've been going for 2 hours. I just looked up 2 hour and 15 minutes. Y'all want to see what I look like? People are like, is this the real dad with a phone? Because I haven't even shown my face. Because Nikki beat me up. I'm just teasing, kids. I'm just teasing. Joking. Y'all going to be freeze framing that shit. Video capture device. Oh, we don't even have no lights on, but we'll go for it anyway. Allow cameras, lights, cameras, action. Coming on to you live, and OSB's catching up. Nah, what did Omar do? What did Omar do to him? What are we doing? There we go. Whew. That was crazy. 2 hours. Went quick like. Quick like today. Apparently Aaron only one with contact with the old dad. I was just ranting. What do we got? What was the dad's name? Oh, I want to say Steven, Richard. I bet if Christy's here, she knows. But maybe not. We've talked about it. We talked about him early on, and then I left him alone for a while. Omar was a nurse. Yeah, now, I know a guy that used to work at the hospital with Omar. I know a woman that worked at the old hospital. The guy who did my t-shirt. Yeah, Robert. I was going to say Richard, but Robert Frazee. Yep. That's what it was. Or Robert something else. Because I think Frazee might be her. I don't know. Mike, does the sister live in Colorado? Yes. I do believe the sister lives in Colorado. Listen, guys. There's a big possibility. And you don't have to believe me. But you know that girl in jail? Y'all go back and listen. Go back and listen to the Mindy Lee tapes. Now, the Mindy Lee tapes are on Dad with a Phone or Woodland Park Underground. I think they're on Woodland Park Underground. Go over to Woodland Park Underground and listen to the Mindy Lee tapes. Listen to Mindy's mom about the 4th or the 5th one. She talks about visiting a woman behind bars. That was a free tidbit. Sleuthers. If there's any true sleuthers, y'all start sleuthing that. I'm glad old Ma Fra boom. Robert Mike, does the sister live at? Yes. I have an aunt who is a nurse. Brady Bell. Ask her aunt. I'd like to hear Ma's voice. Oh, somebody says, I remember that. Ah, I remember that. Oh, did she suspect? Oh, y'all are going to catch it now. Y'all should go to bed. 11 o'clock. I'm going to bed.
Is it 11?
Yeah. It's too late. I'm out. Thanks for visiting. My name's Michael. Dad with a phone. City of Woodland Park. Thank you, moderators. Thank you, peoples. Y'all are awesome. End it. We're out. Thank you, guys. Ending stream live. Done.